Add a new dimension to the world around you. Listen, learn, and find out why.
We love Hakka.
多学一种语言，多开一扇视野。现在就让我们一起加入客家风情大家来讲客家吧。
Hi everyone, it's time for another Hakka lesson on ICRT FM 100.
Hello， 你好，大家好，我係 Alice Pong
And I Joseph Ling. This month we come across a very important occasion for Chinese people, and it's called Chinese Valentine's. 我们大家都知道农历有农历的这个情人节啊，那另外一个名称当然就是七夕。
七夕。
七夕。You know what? I just found out there's actually an official English term for it other than Chinese Valentine's. It's also called the Night of Seven. And why? Because Qi is actually 7, and it happens on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month. So therefore, it's double 7. 其实就是七七，哎，这样好像要吃巧克力哦。七七，所以就变 Night of Seven 那样子，OK。然后这个故事当然是非常感人的嘛，对不对？有两个主角嘛，牛郎。Okay, that's 牛郎. That's the cowherd. I'm going to explain the story in just a minute. But there's two characters, the 牛郎, okay, the cowherd, and 织女. Okay, that's the weaver girl. Basically, it's about this story about a couple who fell in love, but they're not supposed to. Why? Because the guy, his name is Cowherd, that's 牛郎, and he's just an ordinary person on earth, fell in love with a fairy. She's from the heavens, and her name is Weaver Girl, or 织女, as we call it in Chinese. They were in love and they got married. Everything was well until one day, the goddess found out about this marriage and was very angry and furious. So she decided to separate the two forever. Of course, that devastated the Weaver Girl. She kept on crying and crying and crying. She really wants to see her husband, the one that she is so in love with. And the goddess finally was moved by this. And the goddess decided to say, well, okay, I'll give you guys one day out of the year to meet each other. And it happens on the 7th lunar day of the 7th lunar month. And therefore the term, the Night of Sevens. 也就是七夕的由来. Let's review some of those words. 七夕, the Night of the Sevens.
七夕.
七夕, which is also Chinese Valentine's. Then you have the cowherd, 牛郎.
牛郎.
And then you have the weaver girl.
织.
And this happens all in the ghost month, 鬼月. 鬼月. Hopefully today you learned a little bit of Hakka. You also learned a little bit of English. And for those people who are new to Taiwan, you learn a little bit of Chinese culture as well. And that wraps up today's Hakka lesson of the day.
什么大家？
俺只say 张来了。
客家风情由行政院客家委员会独家赞助。
We Love Hakka has been brought to you by the Executive Yuan's Council for Hakka Affairs.